Okay, this is an Earth and Space Science class. Freshman sciences, you guys already have an understanding of the scientific method and how to use scientific inquiry. Okay. This lesson is based on scientific morals and how to approach other people in the scientific community and the rest of your community about differences in opinions that you may have using the scientific method. So first, who knows the two different branches, major branches of science? Okay. How about anybody know different types of science?
Biology.
Okay. Biology.
Chemistry.
Chemistry.
Physics.
Physics. Okay, those are all psychology. Okay, so the physics, chemistry, and biology are all examples of the physical sciences. Psychology is a social science. So we got the physical and the social. The physical sciences study and go over the formation and phenomena of the visible natural world, like the cosmos. And then you look at the social sciences, which kind of is a more study of the mind, study of how the mind breaks down things, study the person, the emotions of the individual. So, going over that, like you said, the two different sciences, we got the physical sciences, examples of geology, astronomy, biology, chemistry. Psychology is social science, but then philosophy. So this lesson is actually a philosophy lesson in an Earth Space Science class, and it's about the allegory of the cave. And the allegory of the cave was created by Plato. He was a Greek philosopher. And it's a story that helps incorporate how people should react towards a difference of opinion. But first I'm going to have you come up and write down observations of what you feel is inside the bowls. Don't tell your partner, just go ahead and touch and feel and write down those observations.
Need something to write with, please.
Okay, there's a pen right there for Fred. Okay, go ahead and write it down.
I have to write like physical object, what I think it is, or what
Just
it feels
descriptive
like.
qualities about it. Okay, when you're all done, go ahead and have a seat. Okay, so starting with you, what was the descriptive qualities you made about your object?
Mushy.
Mushy, okay. What about you?
I said rough on one side, slimy on the other.
Okay, so with those two observations, you guys have any idea what it could be? Okay, so those...
I swished mine, I don't know what mine was.
Okay, so even though you guys have different observations, it actually comes to that conclusion, like a final conclusion. It was actually a banana. So there's different elements to it, and this is actually based off a philosophy about the blind man and the elephant. They all were touching different parts of the elephant, but even though they were touching different parts, it all was actually one object. They were just making different observations and were able to talk about it in a proper social manner to come to a definitive conclusion. So that's how we're going to kind of lead into Allegory of the Cave. Differences of opinion aren't always wrong. So the Allegory of the Cave, as I said before, was created by Plato. He was a protege of Socrates who created the Socratic method. But Plato, the story goes, there were three men sitting in a cave. And those three men, they were arrested at a young age and were raised in that cave. And they were facing the back wall as the light shined through into the back of the cave, and they could see the shadows coming from the exterior of the cave, and those shadows became their reality. And those shadows caused them to, see those as a truth and understand that those were that was their understanding of their surroundings. But one day, one of the prisoners broke free. So he's going to go exploring, and he runs outside of the cave, and he sees that those physical objects, the bird's shadow that was cast across the wall, or the shadow of the soldier that was cast on the back of the wall, were actually physical objects. And he got so excited about this new realization, he runs out and he tells his friends who were stuck in the cave that their understanding it's wrong. They don't truly know the value of their surroundings. And unfortunately, they grow angry and they find that his understanding, they don't agree with it because it's different from their own. So the reason we incorporate the allegory of the cave into physical sciences is you gotta take everything with a grain of salt. It's good to be skeptical, which is one of the vocab words, but also open-minded. Skepticism is also known in the scientific method as falsifiability, and you find that in both the physical sciences and the social sciences. They use the same method, and they use that method so we can come to a conclusion based solely off evidence and fact. Without growing angry, without contradicting one another, they contradict each other in the correct way. So I liked this quote, "On the walls of the cave only are the shadows that are the truth." The shadows are the truth, but in perspective, that was just in their time, in their setting. And a perspective from both individuals could come to a conclusion. So as an exit ticket, you guys are going to write 2 paragraphs. The first paragraph is on why the allegory of the cave is important in any science, both social and physical. And the second paragraph is an example of a person that you might know in history or in your daily life who, because people contradicted him in the wrong way, were reacting like the 2 men who were sitting in the cave. His opinion wasn't brought out in the way that it should have been and accepted the way it should have been, even though it was true, even though it was fact. So that'll be your exit slide. Okay, so come on over here and take your papers.